my pills and my inhaler.
Well, good morning, everyone. I see people trickling in already. We have 15, 16 people in already this morning on this lovely Monday morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning, Cassandra.
Good morning.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning, Lisa.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
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 Morning, Susan.
Hi, good morning.
Oh, there's Ed at the beach. Hey, Ed. Woo! We have 2 Lorettas today.
Yes.
Where? I've been the only one for so long.
Right? I know, Loretta. Now we have, you're Loretta Young, and we have Loretta Hinton also.
Hi, Loretta.
How are you, Loretta?
Good.
Where are you from?
Detroit, Michigan.
I'm from Riverdale, Maryland.
Oh my goodness, Riverdale, Maryland. I lived for a brief period of time in Bladensburg.
You're not far.
Used to shop that Riverdale shopping center back in the 1980s.
Yes, I've been here. I was here then.
Wow. Yep.
Stacy, do you wear sports shoes or are we wearing yoga socks this morning? This is my first time.
I'm just wearing socks. This is a seated core training
Oh,
class.
okay.
Yeah, so, but even when I do the Let's Get Moving fitness, because I'm on a carpet, I'm usually just in socks.
Okay.
Because shoes would stick to the carpet.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I have hardwood floors here, so I'll just leave my sports shoes on. We're not going to get down on a mat this morning.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, I don't do that. I'm catering
Okay.
more to people with limited mobility, so I'm not sure who's able to get down on the floor and get back up. So we're just going to stay seated.
Okay. Perfect.
And if you all haven't noticed, we have an assistant from Get Set Up this morning, and that is Max. So if you need any support from Max, any technical support with your sound or your anything, your audio, your visuals, anything happening with your computer or connectivity, reach out to Max in the chat. We have 43 up this morning. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and get us started. All right, here we go. So this class this morning is core training for strength and balance. I am your guide this morning. My name is Stacy. For those of you who haven't been in my class before, I come from the Keystone State of Pennsylvania. Although, as Loretta and I were talking about earlier, I did live for many, many years in Maryland and raised my family in that area. I have a master's degree in counseling psychology, and I used that in the school system in the Maryland area for many, many years before retiring and returning home to Pennsylvania. I did start teaching fitness in the mid-1980s. Loretta, that was in Beltway Plaza. If you remember that joint at Heartbeat Fitness Center, maybe you've heard of them. They were popular in the 80s, had like 5 locations. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. I do love fitness to this day. I love connecting with other adults who are interested in improving their health and their fitness, who want to live independently and feel confident in their ability to do things without assistance. Get Set Up is an educational platform that helps you learn useful things from people just like yourselves so that you can do wonderful things and, as I said, continue to maintain your independence. If you would like a recording of today's class, you can email help@getsetup.io. And if you're joining by live stream, we welcome you. We're glad you're here. But remember, the best way to fully participate is to join us and register for a class. And Get Set Up is not paid to promote any specific products or services that I might talk about, demonstrate, or discuss during my class. Be sure to check with your doctor prior to starting any new exercise program, especially if you have health conditions or take any medications, or if you have any injuries that you are recovering from. If your doctor has given you any specific limitations or recommendations regarding restricting your exercise intensity or range of motion, you please be sure to follow your doctor's recommendations, not anything that I demonstrate or discuss during my class. And I'm going to go ahead and spotlight myself so that we can get started. I am also going to mute everyone. I think that's already been done. So I'm not going to do it again because it'll undo it, I think. Anyway, please remember that if you're asking questions in the chat, I am unable to respond as I'm across the room and I don't see the chat. But what I do is I read the transcripts of the chat after every class, and I do my best to respond in the next class to any questions or concerns that I might have. And I also read all of the feedback too. So be sure that you, say how you feel and give me some of your thoughts and feelings in the feedback. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to go over to my chair and we're going to do some core work this morning. So here we are. I hope you all can see me. So I love to start Mondays with core training because I feel like this is the foundation of all fitness training, is strengthening your core. So again, as a reminder, when you think about the core, it's not just your abdominal muscles, but it's everything connected to your spine. So from your shoulders to your hips and everything in between, upper back, mid back, lower back, as well as your abdominal muscles in the front and the ones on the side that are called the oblique muscles. So we're going to do our very best to work all of those in a seated position. You don't need anything in this class today, although I may, on occasion, demonstrate some of the exercises with the use of a fitness ball because it's fun and it gives us something to hold on to as we are exercising. So to begin, we're sitting up nice and tall in our chair. I prefer a chair without arms. That way we're not going to worry about banging our elbows, which you all know can really hurt. We don't want to do that. So I'm seated about midpoint from the back of the chair to the front edge of the chair. I position myself here and I may move forward or back depending on the exercise. And I will try and let you know which way we're moving. So let's start with a nice big inhale up overhead. And exhale, bringing in all that wonderful fresh oxygen to all of the cells in your muscles and letting them be on notice that we're going to exercise. And release. Your feet are flat on the floor with knees bent at about a 90-degree angle. Hips are coming directly forward from your hip insertion points. So you can probably fit your hands this way, palm to palm between your knees. And that would be about a hip width apart for the center of your thigh bones. And you want to always keep your knees directly over the center of your feet or between the second and third toes of your feet. Inhale up one more time. And exhale. Let's do some gentle shoulder rolls to the back. So we're going to start with very small circles, keeping that range of motion small, and the movement is slow. So we are going forward, up to the ears, around to the back and down. Forward, up, around, and down. Let's do 2 more. And now reverse direction. So we're going to go to the back, up, forward, and down. Back, up, forward, and down. Back, up, forward, and down. Couple more in this direction at your own pace and at your own comfortable range of motion. And now I'd like you to lift just one shoulder at a time. So right shoulder up toward the ear and release. Feel that lengthening right through here from the ear to the top of the shoulder. Let's do it with the left. Up toward the ear and back down. Right and left, a couple more. Squeezing that shoulder up toward the ear and release. Left, up, and release. Right, up, and release. Left, up, and release. Remember that you are sitting tall and your diaphragm is lifted. You want to feel some space here between the top of your hip bones and the bottom of your ribs. Sitting nice and tall, let's turn our upper body, the upper torso, just above the waist to the side, facing that side wall with your chest, your shoulders, and your gaze. Back to the front and around to the other side. We're just looking, we're kind of getting our range of motion started. Let's do it one more time to the right and the left. This is just a comfortable spiral. We're not really attempting a stretch. We are just opening up our range of motion. And to the other side. And forward. Let's take the chin down to the 6 o'clock position. And let your eyes gaze around to 3 o'clock and up toward 12 o'clock, around toward 9 o'clock, and down towards 6. Now, if you have creaking and grinding and crackling and popping in your neck, make it a smaller range of motion and go slower with your movement. So from 6 o'clock, around to 3, up toward 12, over toward 9, and down towards 6. Let's reverse directions. Up toward 9, continuing gently and softly toward 12, over toward 3, and down towards 6. One more time in that direction. Over toward 9, up toward 12, around toward 3, and down towards 6. Let's do our seated cat and cow stretches. For those of you who take yoga, you're probably familiar with this as done in a yoga class on your hands and knees, but we can do it seated just as well. So the cat stretch to begin is pressing of the navel in toward the spine, rounding the back into a nice C curve. And I like to reach my arms forward to just sort of continue with that fully rounded C. I drop my head ever so slightly, but it's not a complete chin tuck. It's just a very gentle drop of the head so that it is seated in a neutral position above my spine in this stretch. And now to take the cow stretch, imagine you have a string going through your belly button and grasping around your spine and pulling it forward so that you are back up to the upright position. Without arching your back, extend your tailbone down and back and the top of your head up toward the ceiling. Keep space between the ears and the shoulders. Feel that nice lengthening through the spine. And let's reverse and put our back into the cat stretch with a nice rounded spine, pressing the belly button in toward the spine. Allow your back to form the letter C. Reach forward if that's comfortable for you to continue that C. Feel that stretch all the way from the tailbone, all the way up through your mid-back, upper back, neck, and shoulders. And release, as if you are pulling that string through your spine, stretching it back upright, nice and tall, not arched, but the tailbone stretches down and back, top of the head up, lengthening the spine. And one more time with the cat in a rounded C, reaching forward if you like. And into the cow, nice and tall, stretching upright, lengthening the spine, and release. Let's do a very gentle twist with our elbows up, goalpost position right here, so our arms are out to the side, forearms bent 90 degrees at the elbow, and we're gonna just twist, attempting an elbow over the knee. That's the thought that we have here. Elbow over the knee, back to the center, other side. We are beginning to activate the oblique muscles in this gentle twist. Elbow over the knee, feeling that right along here, the side of your waist, between the armpit and the hip bone. You're going to feel that tightening, that tension. Back to the center. Let's take it over to the left. Remember to sit nice and tall, and your breathing is at a normal and natural rate. And one more time to the right and left. Release and over to the left. And sitting up nice and tall, we're going to do a seated reverse sit-up. So what that means is that we start from the upright position, and with a straight neutral spine, we're going to hinge back from the hips and tap the back of the chair and return to the upright position. Now you can do this with support by placing your hands right here on the seat of the chair, and with your straight back, just allow yourselves to go back, tap the chair, and sit back up straight. You could also place your hands on the top of your thighs if that's comfortable for you, feeling that tightening through the abdominal muscles as you simply tap the chair and sit back up vertically. Or for a more advanced version, hands out in front, hinge back with a straight back, tap the chair, and return to the seated position. Let's do 4 more. Back, tap, and return. Make sure that you're breathing, normal rate and rhythm. Feel your diaphragm lifted. Make sure there's space between your hip bones and your lower rib cage. We have 2 more. Tap and return. 1 more. tap, and return. Great. We're going to do our next exercise from the folded position. So we hinge forward from the hips into the low position right here with your hands dangling wherever they are comfortable for you. If you can reach the floor, your ankles, your calves, wherever you are in that hinging of your hips right here. And the exercise is to sit up and return. We are working our low back and mid back with this exercise, as well as our hips. So we sit up and return. Keeping your back flat, not allowing it to round forward, but in a flat back position so it is hinged smartly from the hips. Right here, sit up. Feel that tightening through the hips and the muscles of the back as you bring yourselves back up to a vertical upright position. And lift and lower and lift and return. Lift and return. Lift and return. Lift, return, lift. Two more. Return, lift, and return. Lift and return. In this low position now, allow your back to round so you can give it a little bit of a stretch. In this fold over, feel the difference between flat back and rounded back. Then placing your hands right here on your thighs, press yourselves back up into the upright position. And the next exercise is from vertical and upright to a folded and then lift. So we're going to hinge forward, feel that, and return. So the starting position is here. You can use your hands on your thighs for support if you're not ready to let your back do all of the work this morning. So hinging forward and return. Again, this is a flat back. Simply hinging, use those hips to go forward to wherever you're comfortable and return. If you don't need to use your hands this morning, you can lift them and just hold them by your side as you go forward and come back up. Or for more energetic exercise, place your hands on your shoulders as you go forward and return. Forward and return. Forward and return. Feeling the muscles in your back activating during this exercise. And if at any time it feels like it's too much for you, be sure to use your hands for support or take a little break until you are ready to join us for the next exercise. And lift, forward, and lift. Two more, forward, and lift. One more, forward, and lift. Excellent. We're going to support ourselves now with our forearms right across our knees. And we're going to exercise with one arm at a time, using this forearm for support. So the first exercise with your hands down by your ankle is simply a lift to shoulder height and return. And as you do this, I want you to feel your shoulder blade coming in toward your spine. So shoulder blade slides inward to your spine. Lift and lower. So you feel those muscles that you're using. This is shoulder muscles and mid-back. Lift and lower. Four more. Lift and lower. Lift. Two more. And here's the last one. Now we're going to do this same lift, but we're going to take it forward, straight out in front of us, Superman pose, and return. Lift right here and return. Lift and return. Be sure that your neck and shoulders are relaxed as you're doing this exercise. Two more. Lift and return. Here's the last one. Up and down. Next one is toward the back. Lifting. So your palm is facing toward the back, and you're just going to lift to wherever it is comfortable for you. It doesn't have to be much of a movement. As you see, I'm only lifting right here to the side of the chair. Lifting right here. Giving ourselves a nice shoulder workout this morning. It's good for lifting. It's also great for balance. 4 more. And 3. 2 more. And here's the last one. And while we are on this side, we're going to do a breaststroke motion. So reaching forward and bringing your arms all the way around to the back and return with your arm down by your hip. So reach forward, arm around to the side, and return the arm down to the hip or down, reaching down your leg, wherever it is that you are able to reach. Forward, around, and down. Feel the movement of your shoulder blade while you're doing this. Here, as it comes around, you can feel it sliding in toward your spine and tightening even more as your arm goes around to the back. Forward, around, and release. 2 more. Forward, reach around, and release. Forward, around, and release. And now the next one is just a pull-up right here with a bent and a high elbow, pulling your fist up towards your armpit, right there. And we're going to do 6 more of these. Nice pull up. There we go, 4 more. Remember, if at any time this is too much for you, please take a break and rejoin us when you are ready. And here's the last one. And now with your arm down here by your ankle, we're going to do a complete twisting stretch. Make sure your hips stay seated in the chair, but take this arm up around, reaching toward the ceiling, and allow your gaze to follow. Wiggle your fingers, make sure your hand is relaxed, and release. Return this arm to the supporting position, and we're going to use the other arm now. So the first exercise was starting down by the ankle and a straight lift to the shoulder height. Down and lift. Keeping your back in that hinged position, flat back, so we can work the shoulders without additional stress. Hinging right here as you lift to the side. Right here, and release. 4 more. I hope you have your water with you. Feel free to take a water break whenever you need to. And down. 2 more. And here's the last one. And now we're reaching toward the front. Remember, straight up like Superman, right here. And down. Lift and down. Right here. And lift. And 3 more. 2. Last one. And now we're going to reach to the back. Remember this one right here behind. Reaching back to wherever it is comfortable for you. And 4 more. Make sure you are breathing, normal rate and rhythm. 3 more. 2 more. Last one. Release, and we're going to do that breaststroke, reaching forward, around to the side, and bringing the arm back down along the side of the leg. Reach forward, around, and down. We do these exercises slowly so that you can really feel the muscle that is working. You can focus on it. You can imagine what the movement is. And that gives you much more benefit to the exercise. Reach, around, and down. Reach, bring it around and down. 2 more. Reach forward, stroke around to the back and down. And here's the last one. Reaching forward, arm around and down. And now while your arm is down here, we're going to do those pull-ups, elbow nice and high, armpit going in, or fist goes in toward your shoulder. So you're down, pull up, reach down, pull up, down and pull, elbow nice and high, up. 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. Here's the last one. Up right here, and then take your arm back down toward your ankle, wherever you can reach. And let's do that full body twisting, keeping your hips firmly planted in the chair. Reach this arm up around toward the ceiling, wiggle your fingers, allow your gaze to follow your hand so that you are looking up at the ceiling, feeling that twist in your torso, and release. And pressing the arms on your thighs to sit back up in a vertical position. I'm going to grab some water right here. And we're going to do our seated arms and shoulders in a vertical position. Let's start with our dead bug arms. If you remember dead bug arms, start with our arms directly out in front of us, and we lift one arm up, return front, and open side. So we're lifting, return, open side. Lift, back, open side, up, down, and open. 4 more on the right side. And open. 3 more. And open. 2 more. Open side. And here's the last one on this side. Other arm. Lifting up, return front, and open side. Lift up, keep your shoulders relaxed. Chest is lifted. Make sure you're breathing. Lift, return, open side. Lift, return, open side. Lift, return, open side. Up, back, and open. 2 more, I think. And here's the last one. up, down, and open. Good. Release. Let's lift our arms from our hip level, right here, from hanging down at our sides. We're going to lift, bring the arms forward, and lower them in front. Then lift front, open side, and return to the hip level position. So lifting side, swing the arms forward, drop them down in front, gently and in control the whole time. I say drop, but I don't really mean drop. I mean you bring them down in control. Then lift in the front, open side, and release in control back down to hip level. Lift, bring the arms forward, lower gently. Lift forward, open side, and lower gently. Lift side, round to the front, and lower. Lift front, open side, and lower. Lift side, bring the arms forward, lower gently. Make sure you're nice and tall and you're breathing. Lift, shoulders are relaxed, side and down. Last set, up, forward, and down. Lift up, open side, and down. Great. Let's do some diagonal movements. So we're going to start with one goalpost arm and simply bring it across to the hip, keeping the elbow bent at 90 degrees, starting here, cross that arm and tap the hip and release. If you want to hold on to the chair, you can. Tap and release. Or you can just have this arm down here and you don't need to hold on to anything. Tap, cross body, and release. Tap, cross body, return. Cross body, tap, return. Let's do 4 more right here, and 3 more right here, 2 more, last one. Great. And with the same arm, I want you to reach as far as you are comfortable stretching, as if you're grabbing something off a shelf, and then bring it across down here as if you're putting it in a basket. So reach up here and bring it down. Remember to keep your hips seated as you're doing this. Hold on if you need to. This is an entire torso is doing this movement as you reach and stretch, cross body, and place that item, place that item in a basket. Up and down and across. Reach up, down and across. Reach up, down and across. Reach up, down and across. Let's start with the other arm, beginning with the goalpost arm on one side and keeping that elbow at a 90 degrees. Bring that hand across, tap your hip and return. Tap your hip and return. Tap your hip and return. Reaching across, tap and return. 4 more. And 3. 2 more. Last one. And now that full reach, as if there's something up here you're grabbing, and take it down and put it alongside your chair. Reach up, cross body, reach up, take it down right here, cross body, reach up, cross body. 4 more. 3 more. Keep those hips firmly planted in your seat. 2 more. And here's the last one. Great. Let's do a nice inhale and exhale. Grab a drink if you need to. We have a few more things to do with our arms and a little bit of leg work. I want you to place your hands out in front of you. I have my elbows slightly bent and my hands are cupped as if I'm going to accept a cup of sugar. So we're reaching forward. Imagine someone is dumping sugar into your hands and you are dumping it out. So you turn and rotate your forearms inward toward one another as you dump that sugar, and then palms back up, hands are cupped like you're going to get some more. So accept that cup of sugar and dump it out. Receive and dump. Receive and dump. Palms up and rotate down. Palms up, rotate down. Palms up, rotate down. Palms up, rotate down. One more. Palms up, rotate down, last one, down. Now, palms are facing down and we're gonna brush it away. So feel that action in your wrist and your forearms as you are sweeping away what you just dumped out. Sweep it away, pressing your hands to the side. Sweep it away, press side, sweep it away, press to the side. Now I'd like to do that same exercise with the arms out at the side. So we're going to do that same twisting motion, starting with the palms up and then palms down. Palms up, palms down. Feel that twisting up the entire length of your arm as you're doing it this way. Palms up, palms down. Let's do 4 more. And 3 more, 2 more, last one. And now we have to do those sweep away. So it's a little bit of a movement toward the back, pressing back. 4 more, and 3, 2 more, last one. Great, let's take our hands out in front, clasp your hands together, palms toward me. Your fingers are interlacing if you're able to do that for a little bit of a stretch. And then can you turn it around and stretch it this way with the back of your hands facing me? One more time, palms forward. And then back of the hands forward. Let's take the hands apart, palms up, thumbs facing toward one another. And let's tip the pinky down. And now tip the thumb down. And tip the pinky down. And tip the thumb down. And the pinky. And the thumb. And tilt. And thumb down. Pinky down. One more time. To the outside and inside. Yay, great job. Let's do some leg work. Beginning with heel taps, alternating right and left. Seat yourselves comfortably on the chair so that you're able to have some range of motion in your legs. Can you sit a little bit further forward? If you're comfortable doing that, I'm going to do that a little bit today. And remember, you can hold on to the seat of the chair so that you have extra support. Feel your hips planted firmly as you extend, alternating right and left. If you don't need to use your hands on the chair, you can place them on the hips. Keep those abs nice and tight. Your diaphragm is lifted. Heels out, heel, 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 last one. And how about a leg extension? So we're just going to extend from the knee and bend back into the 90-degree angle, alternating right and left. Again, hold on to the chair. If that makes you feel more comfortable and you're able to keep your hips down by holding on, that is a great modification. The next step up would be hands on the thighs as you extend right and left. If you want to use a little bit more energy this morning and you're feeling nice and strong, hands on hips is the way to go. Right here, extend and bend. Extend, out and in, out and in. Now we're going to do some marching. And if you don't want to lift your foot off the floor, just lift your heel. So the first level of this exercise is simply a heel lift, keeping your toes on the floor. Remember, you can hold on if you need to. But if you're more comfortable lifting, if you're able to just lift your foot off the floor and clear your toes, you can go right ahead and do that. We're not trying to get a lot of height here, just activate the hips. That's all we want to do is sort of let them know we're waking them up. And we are strengthening all of the muscles that surround our hips so that we're able to do this movement without the upper body rocking and rolling side to side. Hold on if you need to, because you want to keep your torso stationary. If you are feeling stronger this morning and you want to place your hands on your hips and you can do so without moving your upper body, you can take it right here. And finally, we're going to do the kick, knee lift, and cross your legs and uncross. So the starting position, again, we've got our feet a little bit apart, knees straight out from the hips. You can fit your hands side by side between your knees. Hold on to the chair if you need to, or your waist, starting with alternating legs, right and left. It's a leg extension, a knee lift, and crossover. So extend or kick, knee lift, crossover and return. 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 Kick, knee, cross 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 and return. We're going to do one more, right and left. Kick, knee, cross and return. Kick, knee, cross and return. Can you take your leg and extend it out in front of you with a, not all the way extended with a straight leg, but just enough to clear your heel from the floor? And can you open that leg to the side and bring it back in forward? Leg to the side and forward. And this can be a very small movement wherever you're comfortable. And again, hold on to the chair for support as you open your leg to the side and return it forward. You're working the inner and outer thighs right here. Open, return, open, return. 4 more, and 3, 2 more, and last one. And let's do the other leg. So just extending the leg so that the foot clears the floor. Open side and return. Open side and return. Open side and return. Hold on to the seat of the chair for additional support. Again, your upper body should not move. If you have lots of energy and you're feeling strong, hands on the hips. And 4 more, 3 more. 2 more. Last one. Return. Feet back on the floor. Let's do a little bit of stretching. So I want you to sit back far enough so you can place your hands on the chair. Open your thighs right over the corner of the chair. Not too far open, but just a little bit open so that we can do a stretch and feel that inner thigh as you go forward and supporting yourself with your hands right here on the edge of the chair, hinging forward from the hips with a flat back or neutral spine. And feel that stretch on your inner thighs. If when you reach this stretching point, you are able to place your elbows on your thighs, that's another great supported back position for you. And you can still feel the stretch, but you have your hands, your arms now are helping to support as you return this stretch back to the upright position. And let's take it forward again. Slide those forearms, use the elbows for support right here above the knees. And return. Bringing those feet back in, reseating yourself in a comfortable position. Let's do an upper body twisting stretch. So first I want you to place your hands on the outside of your thigh, just above the knee, and turn in toward that leg, pressing against the thigh as you do that twist. And holding that position. And let's do that on the other side. Hands on the outside of the thigh, press toward that side, pushing against the leg as you work that stretch. And return facing forward. Let's take the ear to the shoulder, tilting the head to the side. Feel that stretch along the opposite side from the ear to the top of the shoulder. And head back up in the vertical position and down along the side, other side, ear to shoulder. I keep my hands here on the top of my thighs just to keep my body remembering where I am with my torso, that I'm vertical, and the only thing really moving is my head tilt side to side. Excuse me. And back up. Let's now take the chin directly over the shoulder, feeling a slightly different stretch in the side of your neck. Facing forward and other side. Shin over the shoulder, eyes gaze to the side, but your chest and your upper body is facing forward. So the stretch is right along the side of the neck from the ear to the shoulder. Feeling that. And face forward. Let's inhale, stretch up nice and tall, all the way through your back. Reach and release. Stay with me as we do a little bit of a breathing exercise and have some positive affirmations for our meditation. Grab some water if you need to. Sitting up nice and tall, comfortably in your chair. If you're able and feeling comfortable and can close your eyes to breathe along with me, go ahead and do that. Otherwise, find a gazing spot directly in front of you. Maybe it's something on the wall or the floor, like a clock or a picture, and just allow your gaze to hold right there as you begin to bring your awareness to your breathing. Follow the normal rate and rhythm of your breath. Be aware as you bring in that air that it fills your lungs from the bottom to the top. And then you release that breath from the top to the bottom. And continue thinking about your breath, the miracle of our breathing. It happens without us really thinking about it. And let's take in some positive thoughts to take with us through the day. I love myself, my body, my mind, and my soul. I trust the intelligence within me and those prompts that my body gives me, whether they are to take a deep breath and sigh, or whether it's that I'm thirsty and I need to drink some more water, or that I'm hungry and need some lean protein. I trust those messages that my body gives me. I release all past negative thoughts that I have had about my body, about the aches and pains that I might experience. And instead, I bring forth joy and love to my body for all the good that it is able to provide for me each and every day. I love my body today, right now, with all of its experiences, with the aches and pains that I might have, the stresses and strains. And I accept my body in its present state. I accept it. I welcome changes and new knowledge that I am gaining from these classes about my body and about how to get stronger and be more flexible and in control. Thank you for joining me today. I'm going to come on up and share my closing screen with you. And I hope you'll stay with me as I go through my thank you slides. Thank you so much again for joining me today. One of the best ways that you can thank me and other guides here at Get Set Up is by sharing your experiences with friends and family in your community and on social media. If you are active with Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, any of the other social media platforms, you can use the hashtag #GetSetUp. You can use @GetSetUp. And if you're not on social media, you can email Liz at getsetup.io and she will receive your photos, your messages, any information that you want to share with her. She will receive that and make sure it gets to the right people. And if you're looking for more active classes to participate in, look for the Ageless Grace, exercises for the body and mind. There's also line dancing classes that are offered every day that'll help get you up and get you moving. My next classes are tomorrow morning is my gentle aerobics class that's called Let's Get Moving. And it is a non-seated class. We do it on our feet and we will get a little cardio training in. And on Wednesday, I do another seated class and it's with weights. It's called Seated Strength Training. And on Thursday, I do combo training, which is a circuit training format. Be on the lookout for the email that you will receive from Get Set Up, which will contain some key takeaways from today's class, as well as highlight some other classes you might be interested in. And it will give you a link to a form where you can provide feedback for myself and about the class and Get Set Up in general. Be sure that you spread the word about learning with Get Set Up. Maybe you'd like to host an interest group on something that you're passionate about. Just let us know what that might be and we'll help you get that set up. You can also suggest a class that you would like to see on Get Set Up. And know that we partner with assisted care, senior living facilities, government, and other community organizations. And you can request a session recording and share ideas for new classes at help@getsetup.io. And if you're looking for more information about our website and the new format, look for Mark's class called Tips and Tricks to Navigating Get Setup's new look. Again, thank you so very much for joining me today. I hope you all have a great day.
Bye, Stacy.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
you.
Thank
Bye.
you.
You're welcome. Thank